Hey guys, welcome to Beyond the Live Room, a podcast where we have an honest conversation with some of our favorite people from the music industry. I am your host, Shreyas Iyengar, and our guest for this first episode is a very talented composer and guitar player, Koco from Agnee. We were lucky enough to have a candid conversation with him about his work, his family, his musical journey so far, his love for motorcycles, and some of the really interesting projects he's currently working on. We hope you enjoy it. In this next part, we talk about social media, letting people into your private life, and giving fans access behind the scenes. Koco also talks about his newfound love for motorcycles. Coming back to the social media thing, because you were pretty active on it for a while. I saw you make some videos with Chirayu, who's constantly on his phone. This is Chirayu Vedekar. Like, we played in a couple of bands with him, and Koco obviously plays with Chirayu and Agnee. I don't know what he does on his phone 24/7 either. I can't believe there's that much.
Yeah, he's always right there.
Always. 2 minutes between sound check, he's there.
No, but I think there's a big difference. He's capable of multitasking. So if he's in a discussion and he's on his phone, he's pretty much with you.
Tuned in.
It's just that it takes you to be patient enough to know that, okay.
Yeah, give it a minute. He'll get back to you. True. Which I'm very bad at. I'm just like, Shira, you come on, bro. You know, we're drinking here. Let's have a conversation. Get off that phone. But anyway, who gave you the idea of maybe trying to be more active on social media? Was it something that you thought you needed to do to reach out to some fans, bring in newer fans?
No, actually, I'll tell you why it happened is because I've been wanting to get into biking for a long time. And how's the best way to know more about biking is by checking out motorcycling videos. So that entire concept of filming something and speaking along with it, that came from there. And I've got nearly 350 gigs of my rides. I've done 10,000 kilometers in the last 10 months on my bike.
Pune's first Kawasaki Vulcan?
Yeah. The orange one. There were other Vulcans, but this was the first time the orange color came out. But that's where it started from. So strap on the GoPro on the chesty or on the helmet and speak about it. So that's where it started. So, and then I started making these videos on stage.
Yeah, sound checks.
Because if I saw a video like that, I'd be interested. You know, the gig rundown.
We always want to. I consume those videos constantly.
Yeah, so I think that makes sense. When people want to see, everyone watches videos where the entire production is on and all the lights are on and you're looking larger than life. Those pictures, it's all there. If you go to any musician, any singer, band,
they've got a press kit with all of this.
Yeah, those same scanners and those intelligent lights and that smoke and all of that. It's all the same. But they want to know more about what's actually happening.
Yeah,
it's more interesting. It's like watching a making of,
which I love.
Yeah,
for albums
everyone
especially.
Loves that.
Yeah.
So
musicians or just the general everyone, do you think, is interested in this kind of content?
I think people like the simpler the home videos or those simple videos are the ones which are actually getting seen a lot more than.
Okay.
Like one of these videos that we did a cover of Tere Bin by Nusrat. It was at a friend's party.
Okay.
And where there are people sitting around and that video has got some 2 million views or 3 million, some absurd number like that.
Because it's a up close and personal look at.
It's just Mohan and me on 2 acoustics. The sound isn't great. There are people speaking in the middle of that video. Yeah. There are people, doing wah-wah. There are people, all that is happening. Yeah. But it's got some serious number of views. So that's what that simple home video always has something to it, rather than a well specced out 4-camera setup.
You think
And
maybe people are now more interested in knowing about the person that you are,
Yeah.
other than just that on-stage persona behind that guitar doing your thing.
Yeah. So
Are you tempted to give them more of that? And where do you draw that line? How far will you let people in? One day it's behind stage, the next day it might be at home when you're walking
Yeah.
around. How much are you comfortable with?
Even on my Facebook page, I end up saying a lot of things, or clicking pictures within the house, and people
Yeah.
keep saying, "No, why do you want to show people inside your house?" And I say, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't mind if people know what my living room looks like. I mean, I'm not a secretive person,
That's true.
so it doesn't bother me. This privacy thing that's been going on.
Sure, but you know how we were just talking about someone's out there constantly looking to be offended nowadays? I feel like it seems so. So what if this camera, this frame, someone looks at those titles of books. Are we getting those books in this frame? Yeah, so and someone's like, holy shit, Koco looks like a... I see just the word ISIS there. Koco looks like an ISIS supporter.
Oh.
They're not going to read the rest of it. They're just like... so does that somehow discourage you from maybe letting people in? Because information is power, of the good kind, of the bad kind. Do you really want these people on the internet having that kind of knowledge about you?
See, the thing about it's like putting your boarding card on social media is the worst thing that you can do to yourself. It's not something I knew, but I heard, so I said, okay, I won't do it. So, making politically incorrect statements, or nobody likes people who shoot them out of. Nobody likes them. Okay, but at the same time, we are in an environment where people have become extremely aware of this thing. Social media can be used like a weapon almost.
It is, in fact, yeah.
You can incarcerate a person totally, whether
No proof, no evidence, nothing.
proof,
Just some...
and that's it, and that's the end of. So, does it worry you? Of course, it worries you. What if a person decides to come after you and starts trolling you?
Yeah.
What do you do? And then, just for the heck of it, 20 other people join in.
Because they have nothing to do with their time. They're like, मैं बोर हो रहा है. Let me get on
so
this.
let's screw around with this guy, or बहुत ज्ञान दे रहा है ये बैठे. He thinks he's some big shot.
Yeah.
There may be probably a musician or a guitar player who hates what we do.
Yeah.
It's what is this crap, and why are these guys one of the bigger names? They don't deserve it. He decides to come after me.
Yeah.
What can I do about it? I can't do jack. So I will probably not want to put myself through that, because is it going to affect me? Of course it's going to affect me. Yeah. If someone's going to say, and I'm not a film actor who's used to being written about and
true. The worst you might have is one bad critic about your music in a newspaper somewhere. Yeah. And that you can laugh off.
Yeah, or take seriously for that matter. But how do you deal with the kind of
and a personal attack? It's personal.
Crazy.
They're not going to talk about your music on this forum, are they? They're going to talk about the ashtray that they saw on your table, or they're going to talk about... So what's the... Why this need, or why this want to maybe give people this kind of information at all? What's on the plus side of it? Like, this is a look into my life.
Yeah, but when I'm doing something which is like on stage, we're talking specifically about gear, about...
Yeah.
Well, this is what we're doing. This is how it works. It's a process which is again related to music.
Yeah, and there's no room for misinterpretation.
Or if I'm planning to make videos about technologies, about the gear I use, or about recording techniques that I've learned, or which I've discovered on my own, or I plan to do these kind of videos, and the thought excites me.
It does, definitely.
And in fact, I've been wanting to do a kind of a talk show with musicians that I know also. I'd like to interview some people on my own channel and stuff like that. So this is stuff which excites me. I don't know when I'll follow through and do it.
I'm sure you will.
But,
you seem like you really love going, keeping up with times and doing all of these things.
But yeah, personal means I don't consider, I don't have much of a political opinion.
Although I see you have voted.
Yeah, I've voted, but...
Pune is terrible at voting though, man. It's like 51% of us voted, which is still more than last year. I don't know why.
No, actually this year Maharashtra was the lowest turnout.
Yeah.
In comparison to, I think it was 43% this year and it was 58% last year. So it was a big drop. But in terms of having very strong political views, I think I'll pretty much live under a rock.
Yeah, it's not that Vishal Dadlani scene. It's not that Vishal Dadlani scene where...
No, it's. I'm definitely... I'm too blissfully unaware of things, and I like to keep it that way. Shanti in the head. So I have lots of things to worry about myself in my own life.
And you don't think maybe you have a social responsibility when it comes to this kind of stuff?
We all do. I mean...
and the fact that you have access to more listeners and viewers means that maybe you should... I don't know.
Yeah, sure. So in terms of... the way I think I'm being responsible is about making sure that I make music that I'm proud of. And which I don't cringe at.
Yeah.
That's my job and that's what I'm doing. I don't think anyone can say that I've sold out or done things which...
you cannot look back on with pride.
With pride. And I think that bit is there. I pay my taxes. So...
Like all musicians do.
Yeah. So I think... and I lead a reasonably moral life. I try not to hurt people or try not to be nasty and I think I have a lot of good friends and generally I get the impression that people like me. So I think I'm doing all right.
Okay.
So besides that, I don't see the need for me to get preachy because I'm a musician. I don't see the need for me to speak anything else from the platform that I have besides music.
The platform is for music and...
Is for music, and I don't want to club that with anything else. I want to be known for the work I do.
I think that's a very respectable approach to have. Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
You can learn more about the podcast and stay up to date on Instagram and SoundCloud at Beyond the Live Room.